for the late start. I hope everyone got their snacks and their drinks and they're all prepared to hang out with Nick and Ken today. Well, I will show right here. We have Nick and Ken with us. Nick Hunter is here continuing a series that Nick has started last week. This series is basically a makeover series for files. Ken has been very gracious to give us his file for basically Nick to basically do an existing FileMaker file design and modernization workshop. He'll be working on Ken's file over the next these 3 days, another 3 days next week, which will be really awesome. Quick two things. People have been like, can I get this file as a sample file? No, I'm very sorry, you cannot. The file belongs to Ken. It is Ken's file. So I think Ken said last time, you want it really bad, you can reach out to Ken and talk to him about it after the fact. But since the file is Ken's file being renovated, we don't have any sample file for this series. We're very sorry, just kind of how it goes. Secondly, if you would like this to happen to your own file, please send it to us. I know it takes a lot of work. I was talking to Ken a bit earlier about this here. It takes a lot of work to kind of maybe remove all the data from your file. But if you really like what is happening here, man, I wish this could happen to my own file, please send it in. We would love to continue this series. We've had a lot of really good feedback on this series. People really enjoy it. And if you're we had some people send in some files. Both the files I think that sent them have been beautiful files, really wonderfully done, fantastic. And as a result, they don't really need a lot of Nick's interference. So to those people sending those files, thank you very much for doing it. Thank you for the effort put into it. Your files are stunning, but we can't use them because they're very pretty and they work really well and they're cohesive. Not to say that Ken's file is bad or wrong, but because it's kind of more eclectic combination of stuff over the years, it allows for a lot of renovation to happen. So if you're like, man, my file is like a disaster on 2 legs, a burnt tortoise, and, a hurricane in the storm. We like those, actually. Nick would be very happy to have a disaster delivered to him. It gives him a lot to do.
So we need things to talk about. So it's, we want bad files.
Yes. So if you're like, man, I don't want my file called a disaster on live TV. Everyone makes crap file. Crap is a strong word. I mean, how do I say this? Your file works and it gets things done for you, and that's awesome. We're not here to trash on you being a FileMaker developer. We're here to help you improve so you can become a better developer. And you get a free renovated file at the end of it. So, and if you're at the end of it, you're like, man, this is all really cool, but I actually want to continue using my old file. You can. We won't be hurt. Well, we won't tell Nick. But anyway, so I hope I've made my point without being insulting. I don't mean to be. Everyone here is a wonderful FileMaker developer. We're glad to have you here. We are always trying to help people push so they can be better developers. So it's kind of the point of the stream. Nick, now that I've finished my opening spiel of wonder, what are we doing today?
Okay, thank you for joining today. Thank you, Mark, for the introduction, and thank you, Ken, for being here today with us and assist us in the process of renovating your file. So what we do, so this series is pretty much a demonstration of what will happen if you call us to do what we call coaching. Okay, so we have a program, we have a like a service at what's the name? Program sounds like the government, but we have a service we call coaching. That means you call us, we share screen with Zoom like we do now. We open the file and you say, okay, that's I want to fix this. I want to fix. I want to change this. I don't like the design. I want to do this. I want to do that. So, and we do it with you like an hour, 2 hours. And if I was late today, it's because I was so immersed in doing coaching with one of my customers in this morning, 10 a.m. that pretty much I'm spending my day with him, right? So so that 3 months that I'm spending pretty much my day with him, so it's so pretty much this is what happened when we do the coaching stuff, so you call us, we share screen, and we do exactly what we do now with Ken, right? So so that's the coaching stuff. So this is a series and I hope we'll do some more in the future, that we take your file, we call you in like Ken, and we rebuild it. in front of you. And if a feature, if each little thing that you want to change, we do. So today, so last week we pretty much built this, right? With the search, we learned about the quick search. We learned about how to move a quick conditional formatting from one object to another. So we learn many things. We learned our auto entry with triggers. We learn about how to make our great statuses, right? How you do that to make simpler, more efficient, less cumbersome, not breakable, conditional formatting or compliance, right? So we learn a lot of things, right? So now we're going to continue, and we're going to continue to rebuild the Ken's file, which is, I want a new, I need to share my screen, by the way. So we're going to do this. So where's the old layout pilot dashboard? Okay. Ken, what we do? We continue of building this section here, right? If you want. Okay. So all those statuses and stuff. I know you explained that to me the first time, but now we're going to build it. So we are going to continue this. What was other question? What is this?
So those were a set of filters for that master portal list. So if I wanted to see everybody, I'd click on that purple one. If I wanted to see those that had an overall status of current, I would click on the green one with the black heart. Those that were in caution were orange. Those that were a no fly were the red with the X. Yeah. Those that had a missing, etc. So those were all filters to be able to select the list easily.
This.
Yes.
So we have it here, right? So now we need to perform something here to get that information, right?
Right.
So pretty much what I suggest to do here, we have a search here that will take care of this, right? On object save here, we have this search. So we perform the search, right? And the search take care of the filter. So I just perform the same 0046 here on the object save, the 0046, boom. So that will do. Okay. So if I said caution, it said no found. If I say which one is not valid.
Yeah, I'm not sure that, yeah.
No fly. Have none.
We don't have a lot of records. We don't have a lot
but it works. But
in our records.
Yeah,
but yes,
exactly.
It does. Yes,
it works because I have if he said not valid, those are not valid. So pretty much this one was it. This one is valid. So if I said I want the valid one, do I have valid here? No, I don't.
No, because the valid isn't because it's really searching on the condition on the object on the left. It's not searching on the ones underneath the name.
Okay, so he's searching this one, no?
It's searching, though, the blue one over on the left-hand side, the button on the side.
Yeah, oh, this one.
Yes.
Okay. So, so this is check data. So if I say check data, I found it. But if I said I have 2 on check data, no, it said not valid here. But it's a check. Oh, because I call it.
Yeah, because you made his name.
I made his name. So, let's make it Nick. Nick Mark. Okay, so yeah. So, but you got a point here, right? So we learned that, for example, if I want a not valid, right? So we did that, and I search for Ken here. It won't find the Ken that is under check data, because I have a Ken here, but this one it won't find it because this search here belongs to that. That means this now is totally, completely conditioning conditioning the
That was a whole lot simpler than all those colored buttons.
Yeah, because I imagine and the advantage that now we have a combined concatenated filter and the search, right? The search belongs. So now this UI is no longer valid. Okay, I explain why. So why is this UI is no longer valid? Is because the search, this filter, right? It's conditioning the search, right? So the filter here is conditioning the search. So we need to put the search here and the filter here. So the filter first, because the filter is what is conditioning the search.
Right.
So this is stronger than this, right? So now here I have this, right? So here I have a box, and underneath this I need to make this here. Okay, so now we have this now, right? So they all belong to, so this one here, right? This one here, the clear, but I need to clear this here. I need to put a all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to put it here. I need to have a new status pilot that this filter, this is for the filter, right? And I need all. I need something like this, because now in this filter, I need to be able to say I want all, right?
Yeah.
But if it doesn't find the all, because I didn't define what's the all here, right? What it is. In my search here, in my parameter, in this, right? In this, I do now a let statement. So this is important. Why? It's because I need to make now to build the logic out of this, right?
Yeah.
So I need to put two things. First, the search field. That's the first thing I need to put, the search field. Wow. Search field. Okay, I'm going. This is a search field, right? Now I need to have the filter. What do I have today? Field. And that's the filter field. And now I need to say if, so I have a test here, I have a test on the filter, which is if the filter field equal all, then I want nothing. Otherwise, I want whatever the filter field is. So here I'm saying, okay, if you put all here, if I have all in the filter field, I don't bother. Put nothing. I don't want to filter anything, right? Otherwise, I want it. So now that I have the test here, right? So I can, right? So I put my search field here. I put my filter field here. And then I'm saying, okay, if the filter field equal all, don't filter anything. Otherwise, yeah, I want whatever there. And now I'm saying I want a list of this and the test filter, right? So I'm going to copy this parameter because this is inside the parameter of the script. The script's the same. The script is a dump script. Perform script, perform find, perform quick find or whatever in the parameter. So you put the logic in the parameter. Then in that script, the result of that logic can be whatever you want. You don't need a script for each layout or a script for each search box. You can use the same script, the same search box, right? Which can be much simpler, by the way. Let's remove all those crap, right? So this is a search, it's super simple. I have absolutely nothing. Perform, show, dialog, or show all. Wow, super complicated, right? The logic is in the script parameter where I'm saying, okay, I want to perform the quick find on this and on this, but wait a minute, if this equal all, don't bother filtering on this. I don't want all means don't look for everything, for anything. Otherwise, put whatever. So now that I have this logic here, I'm going to replicate the same logic here on this, right? Which is the same. So now, right? If I put all here, I have all my stuff, because if I put all, it say, okay, perform, I have none. I perform quick find, but the script parameter is empty. Look, it's empty. Why? Because the script parameter says whatever on the search box empty, and whatever in the filter box, but if it's all, it's double quote, nothing. So the parameter is nothing. So the script will say, okay, there's nothing here. What nothing mean? Show all, right? The 400 error, right? I said, okay, 400, show all, boom, right? So now I don't have any filter. I don't have any filter here. I don't have any filter. So, but if I filter now, boom, student, but I have none. So what it was not valid. Okay, so that might not valid, boom, right?
Yeah,
so
I think check data gave us a subset.
Yeah. Boom. Right? So, and if I say all, boom. Right?
Yep.
So yeah, it's a very quick and easy way to get a filter. Okay? To get a filter, and of course a filter that drives the search, because now all the search I'm going to do will be within the not valid condition, right?
Right.
It won't be able to find anything outside of the not valid, right? Mm-hmm. So I have a more advanced version of this to prevent problem like all, right? It could find, I don't know, Marshall or wall, whatever, So this is the easy way to do that, There's another way that I'm going to show maybe later, another way to exactly the same, but instead of taking names, words, strings, I'm taking UUIDs instead, right?
Okay.
So, and that there's no question asked. It will never fail, with the UUID. Here, it could fail because it could find something here that match this, right?
Like check data did.
Like check data did. But that version is a quick version of it, right? But later, I want to move on a little bit on other thing, and I'm going to come back on this to get the more advanced version, right? So let's move on a little bit. I want to build those names and stuff like that. So here you have you have okay. Oh, that's the audit log. Okay, so we forgot the audit log for now. So pretty much what I want to replicate. So I want to put this section here. So we build that, right? So now we want to put this, right? So let me open the file right quick, because in the hurry, the file I want to open, I opened it and closed it. So I need to reopen it. So I want to replicate pretty much this stuff here. Yeah, when I share screen. Okay. So I want to, you know, I want to put a field here, right? So I have a question for you. Those fields here, am I typing in? That the field I'm typing in?
Yes, I typically type in them here.
Okay.
Just to kind of start the record from here, and then I switch over to another layout to kind of finish the details.
Okay, no problem. So I'm going to take from this layout or another one. I think I'm going to go to another layout, because this one is not good for that. I'm going to the document layout. So I will have more. Yeah, it's okay. I can take this one. So I want this field. So I'm going to take this field, and paste it. So now I have a field. I have a generic field I can put here. Okay. So I put my field here. So what you want first? You want the name first. So the first name.
Yep.
Okay. So now it's easy, because this is it's a construction of three objects. I have a field, a label, and a bar, a line. Okay. So now I can duplicate this and put here. So now this will be name last, right? So now and we have, so I can delete this for now and put this like this. So what do we need? What do we need now? The name.
There's a middle and it goes by and generation.
Okay. So we need our oh. So we need our. So that's the middle name middle. And we have the goes by.
Yes.
So that pretty much the nickname.
Yes.
This one, right?
Yes.
So now I have all the names. Okay.
I had a generation one too.
What do you mean?
Like a junior, senior, third, second,
Oh,
fourth.
okay. Oh, the generation. Yeah. Okay. So you see, I have all my field like this. So now let's see how it looks, right? So this is how it looks. So if I go to this one, so you have no middle name. Okay, so this is how it looks. So now it looks, great. We have, the label, we have everything. So I assume that on generation, you must have a kind of like a value list, something like this. No, you don't?
I don't remember if I have one on there or not.
No, you don't.
I didn't think so.
No, it's okay. We don't,
It's one of those things you added because somebody showed up as being the third.
Yeah.
You add the field.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't. Okay. So what next? So we have, the emails. So this is, so we keep that on the name section, right? So this belong together, right? Then we have phone, email, right?
Yep.
So we build another section like this, right? And we are going to copy those two. right?
Yep.
So I duplicate those and I put that here. So now you understand why we like what I call, and the boss is always making fun out of this, the verticality.
Mm-hmm.
It's prop, right? I don't try to be smart, to be first name, last name on the side, because the middle name, what you do with the middle name. And if you have a large name, what you do with a large name, you know? So it doesn't matter. Everything you align everything, you put in a line like this, right? And you have all the information like this, right? And it's the same for now. I have enough. So I'm putting the phone number, okay? So this is phone cell. So this is the cell number, cell phone, okay? So the phone cell. And then we have the email. Okay?
Right.
So we have those, right? So on the email, right? Here, we put an icon here. So that I'm going to show you how I'm doing this, right? So we have an email icon here. Don't know where the envelope is. Okay. So here, pretty much send an email. You know, we want to send an email to that guy, right? So we have an icon here. Okay. So, and it's there, right? So this is send email, right? Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay. Send email. And this is, I want to hide this, right? When the email is empty.
Just the icon, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I have another version of it, right? That does nothing. That is grayed out. A bit more. It's grayed out. And this is the opposite. When not is empty. So now I have two versions of that. I typically put the deactivate on the back, because that's the one the deactivate, you don't have script, you have nothing. So when you have this here, this is how it looks. Okay. So here I have an email, here I have none.
Got it.
Okay. So, but if I put something, boom, it becomes blue, right? So
Now,
yeah.
I have a question because I actually have one of the monkey bread functions to verify that address. So I could make that icon turn blue if the address has been verified.
Yes. And if it's not verified, it turns red.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can say blue, you can say, okay, red is not verified and green is verified. So you have two, yeah. So because the blue, okay, that's a good topic. The blue here is because I want an accent. You remember that? I said I want an accent. I want to, right, to put an accent, like the blue here, it's an accent. I want to put
matches
some,
all the other colors that we've been using for that.
Exactly. So we have we have white, black for text, gray lines, gray background, areas, gray, background gray, but we stay on the gray, under, shade of grays, right? Or grays. But when it comes to function, we use color that has function. Red, right? Red is a function. Green is a function. Red is bad. Green is good. Orange is cautious. So we have colors that are function. So if you use the blue, that means that means it's active. This is inactive. But
Right.
if you use red and green, you get the information verified, not verified.
Got it.
Right? So,
yep.
So here we have this. So I built this. So we have all this section pretty much here. But we need to come to that section of the, so we good here. So the certificate number we have, and what the rating is, this is something coming from okay, so we have the rating here. I want to, and the certificate number, it's a number, right?
Yes.
It's a number, okay.
Yeah, certificate is going to be a number, yep.
Okay, so in my opinion, so now what we need to do here, right? We need to move those, the font and stuff like that a little bit, we need to move all of this down, right? And I want to create a new zone up like this, right? So here I want the certificate number. So I want the certificate number on top. Okay. So that is the top info. Okay. So why I'm doing this is because if you remember, I don't need to have the top info, the name, because I have it here, right? I have it here. So I know I have here the top info, but here that's the top info. And this is, to type something, right? But here I have the top info, and underneath this, right? Underneath this, I want something like this. I'm going to pick an object that is already built. So it's not in that layout. Let's go to the parcel. So I want to get this. So I'm going to build a toggle. My client is in the layout. So where I'm going to pick that now? I don't know. I have no idea where I'm going to pick that object. Do I have an object like this here? Otherwise, I'm building it, but I want to pick the object from. Hold on, I'm going to send him a message from here. So I'll show you how we do that. So when we have somebody in the layout that bothers you, I need to pick up something from this layout. Okay, so he's going to receive the message. Then I can, pick. The problem is it's if he has the layout open and it doesn't let me go. So
this is gonna, while we're waiting for him, this is gonna be a toggle to do what?
Okay, so it's going to be the toggle to do just to give a style. Oh, sorry, let me do that. Okay, it's just to but let me free him. It's just to do this one, the
rating.
I'll show you. Yeah, the rating. Yes. It's just to give it's to give a style. Okay. To give a style. But I'm going to show you, it's not okay. So I'm going to show you multiple things here, right? How we do that, right? So yeah. So I have this. So now I want this to be everything's so slow when I do Zoom, it's terrible. And it's not just me, it's all the people told me the same. I'm going to pick up some caffeine waiting for this. So yeah, it's some caffeine. We on live TV. It's okay.
I have mine.
So
I have mine.
yeah, I forgot because I was late, so I forgot. So we have this one here. So this is what we call a toggle, okay? But we can have multiple objects here, not only one, right? So here I copy an object, right? So I wanted to make sure this is a simple one, but this is very simplistic. I'd like to copy something more advanced than this.
Well, there's three levels of ratings.
Yes, but I want to have I think I will have I need a more advanced version of the toggle. I don't remember. Yeah, because I have multiple versions of the toggle. I have one simplistic like this, and I have one that comes from a value list. Okay, so I hope I could pick up one that comes from but this one is not coming from the value list. So it's okay. I can build it. Let's build it. Okay, so. But it's okay. Let's make it the simple version for now, and tomorrow or later this week I'm going to pick up a more advanced version of it. Okay,
sure.
Okay. So here we have this field here, right? We have this field here, the rating, right? Yes. So the rating is you have a rating value. Oh, that's why I want to build, but okay. I mean, look, let's make it from the value list. I have a value list, right? So I want now to say, okay, the first button, right? It's value list item, right? File name I don't need, and this is the name of the value list. So what this do? Right? What this do is giving me the whatever in the value list.
Right?
Right?
Right.
So if I have a value list pointing to a field, it will give me all the content, right?
Yes.
So sometime for who has the brain open right now, it's easy if you want to pick up information from a field. Sometimes it's great to use that technique as an intermediate, like I want the result of that field. I use a value list to pick up the information, and I call the values from everywhere in the file. You understand?
Yes.
So sometimes you have a value list evaluated from a field on the other side of the file, far away, you have no relationship. You can pick up the information of this value list using that technique, right? So anyways, that's something we can talk about, but that's what this function do, the value list item. So now it's very simple what I want to do. I want from the value list item rating, I want the value 1, right?
Yep.
So how many values we have?
We'll have 3.
Okay. 2. And add a third. 3. So now I have my toggle here, okay? So I know what people say, oh, I don't like this technique because I cannot see whatever in there. You say, yeah, wrong, wrong. You can see whatever you want. When you are in that case situation, and I agree, you don't know what that is. I have no idea what this button is. I have no idea, right? In that case, right? You go to View, Show Sample Data. And it will evaluate in layout mode whatever in the field. If he can find something, he will find the first record in the table. But if the field is empty, he's going to use the lorem ipsum, or Latin, you know what I mean? A sample text. You know the lorem ipsum?
Yeah.
Okay. But if he finds something, if there's one record at least with data in that field, he will take it. So he will take the first record in the table as an example. To show you this. But this is coming from a value list. So he can evaluate it because it's coming from a value list. So now you're concerned about, I cannot see what. No, it's no longer valid. Because you say show sample data, and if you hide them, yeah, calculation, you don't know. But if you want to see what it is, sample data, bam. And you even have a sample data of the photo. I am in browse mode. I'm in layout mode, not in browse mode. So that's a great way to see how it looks. Right. So now, right, I want to set a field. So I have a universal script where I can set a field by name, right? This one. What this script do, right, is set the field by name, and then I have options, I have options with parameters, So the first parameter is always the name of the field. The second parameter is whatever I want to put in the field. Then I can refresh something, but this, I think I can remove it. It was an option from something very special. So optional, if I put on parameter 3, I close the popover. Yeah, I can remove those refresh parameter. Okay. If the third is commit, I'm committing. So that means I click, I set the field and commit. If the third parameter is optional, it's popover, I close the popover. And if I have a parameter 6 here, this I don't need that anymore. Okay, right. So, right. So, oh no, I know what it is. Yeah, I need those. Those are the object I want to refresh. It's okay. But what is important is to know that I'm putting the name of the field, I'm putting the content of the field I want to set, and I have options here to close and okay. So how this works, I need to send parameters to the scripts to say, okay, it's a list of parameters. I have a list of things to do. The first thing I want to get the field name of the field I want to set. So what will be the field on this?
Rating.
So I want to set the field rating, right? But with what? With the value, right? Number one of the value list item rating. That's what I want. I want the first value of that, right? So I'm copying this. So you understand? I want first parameter, the name of the field. Second parameter, whatever you want to put in that field. It's the value 1 from the value list item rating. Now, the second button will be exactly the same. That's why I'm using the scripts, right? Because the scripts, you paste and you say, oh, I want the second value. The third is the same. I'm going to set the field and the value 3. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So now but now we have another problem. is how to activate the segments. Because I cannot say the first segment or the second one. I cannot say that, or none, because it will never show anything. No. What I want this to be a calculation based on the field to activate the button, right? So it's a calculation that will activate the button based on my rating field. So now you need to know something, okay? Look. If I say the activation of, the state activate, the state active, right? It's conditional to the name of the object. So that object has a name, okay? This, for example, I can say button private, button commercial, and button students, right?
Right.
So if I do this, right, and I say in the active segment calculation, that is the whatever the button and whatever in the rating. My button are named button student, button commercial, button private. If I put private on this, it will say, okay, the activation button name is button and whatever in rating. So if I do this,
other than I think we misspelled private on the button name.
Yeah, we did. You have a good eye. Yeah, print that. Print.
And I'm on my little screen because I'm in my Balloon Fiesta office.
Yeah, so you have a good eyes. Now, I didn't click on anything, and the button active is private. If I put here commercial, I type it, right? And I have no trigger. I have no trigger, Look, Bob, no hand, Boom, I change, bam. Yeah, I have an on commit, but it doesn't do anything. It changed before the commit. Is that nothing to do? And if I put students, it changed to students. The button activate. But okay, that's cool. That means the button name is button underscore and whatever I put there. But if I put blah, boom, nothing, right? So, but that's a problem. There's a big problem here. The problem is that cool if you have yes, no, if you have something sure, something frozen, something hard-coded. But here, I can come here, change the value list, right? And I can say, yeah, it's not commercial anymore. It's, I don't know, or independent. Yeah, right. I don't know. I changed this.
Yeah.
Right. So now the button here is independent. If I click here, it won't work. Student work, this won't work. Why? Because the name of the button
doesn't match.
Is hard coded is hard coded. So I need to go here, change to independent, right? And now it works. Yeah, but you will say, Nick, your technique sucks. And I will say, yeah, that sucks. Totally, completely. And I'm not done because that sucks. Okay, so one day
I was telling us that we should be using a calculation instead of hard coding something.
Yeah, but how you calculate the name of objects, Ken?
I don't know.
I have a technique that the button rating _1. That the button rating _2.
Aha.
And that the button rating _3. So now I don't give a damn about what if I change that. Because God invented something for us, you know. So now we have, first of all, God invented let statements. So you understand now that without let statement, you can say goodbye or Broadway, and you know. So what I want now is the, you know, it's the prefix, you know, is whatever I put before. Okay. So far, so good. Now I want to know, you know, what the value list is. You know, what the value list is, it's rating. So I'm putting all my stuff. Now I want the list of values equal value list item. Yeah, so I spell good. So the file name, I don't care. Right? So I have the prefix is button rating, by the way. Underscore. The value list I want to go is rating. That's the name of the value list. So those two is what I'm going to hard code, right? That only
Right.
those things. So now the list of value is this, right? I want the get value position. So that is something I created. It's so the you know, I want the position equal. I have a get value position. The search string, right? It's oh, I need a field, by the way. We can call it this. No, the field. Field is the rating field. You know, is where I have the data, right?
Yeah.
The rating field. Okay. I have the rating field, the prefix, and the value list. Now I'm saying, okay, I want to search what I want to search string the field in the list of values. And that's it will return me a number, right? That is the value number, okay? And that's okay. And that's, but I need to test it before. Okay. So I'm going to finish this, and because I made it. I didn't make it on the. I want to make it on the show, you know, the data viewer, right? So let's put it on the data viewer. Okay. So why I'm using let statement, because you can test whatever, you know, whatever the statement are. For example, field is independent, prefix is button rating, value list is rating, the list of values is private independent student, and the value number is 2. Ha! Ha! So now my name, my field, my button name is the prefix button rating and the value number.
Got it.
So why? Because the word independent, the word that I have on the rating right now, it's independent. And in my list of value, it's on the position number 2. So the button name I want the position, I want the button number 2. So I'm transforming a text into a number. Then I have a calculated field name. That's why if you want to do something like this, those buttons, those toggles, it's way better to use always to use a value list, even if you have yes, no. Because now you understand. So let me copy that code. It's not complicated at all. It's I have my field where I have the rating. I want the prefix of my button to be this. The value list name, I want to pick up the information name rating. And then this is automatic. That's why it separates. This is where you type something, and this you say, okay, take whatever the list of value, use that custom function of mine to pick up the number of the value position in the list. And then you say, okay, prefix and value number, that's this. So now you have a universal working button, activation button, without problem. I don't even, because I'm going to show you, I'm going to put back commercial, and I will have no problem whatsoever. It will always be activated. So it's independent activate here, right? Students, privates. So now I'm going there. So look, I'm independent, and I'm going to the list of value, the value list, and I'm going to rating, and I'm going to put commercial again. Yeah, but I need to change the data, because it's independent. But I did commercial, boom, it works. I didn't break anything. Now he said, okay, commercial is the number 2 of my. You understand? So now the big advantage of this, right, is that I don't now give a damn about, right, their, I can build, for example, under what's the name of this? The status here. What's the name?
It's the combined status.
Okay, so what's the value list? Because I want to show you how powerful this is. So I want to do this. I want to do the membership.
Okay.
Remember, I'm doing the membership.
Sure.
Okay. So what's the name of the field membership? You have a membership fields?
I think those are all individual toggles. Actually.
Oh, you don't have a field membership? Or okay, so something we can. Okay, let's do the status. So this is status pilot, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to do, based on this, I want to do, right? So here we have a lot, I want to do this.
There's also a male, female in there too.
That's okay. Let's do this, right? But let's do on free. Let's do on just, I want to show you on free, okay? I want to change this, okay? So I want to make this to be based not on the rating, but based on this. Status pilot, right?
Yep.
Status pilot. Status pilot. Status pilot, and then here, status pilot combined, right? This is right. Is it combined or no?
No, they should all stay the same, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm copying this, pasting here. This is value 2. Pasting here. This is value 1, right? And then I'm saying here is the status pilot, right? And the field status pilot. And this name is status underscore 1, right? Status underscore 2 is status underscore 3. So I could do that all the list, but I'm doing one.
Yeah, I understand.
It's missing info.
That's one of the status.
Yeah. So here, I don't know, I have no status here, but if I change, if I can change it, not valid. Oh no, because you have it's
Yeah, it's
not
all calculated.
It's a calculation. Yeah, but
Yep.
But you understand, it's so you don't need to think about. You change, you remap the button. That's it. But you
Yep.
don't need to rebuild all, right? So that's what I want to show. So, and the name, I don't care now because it's 1, 2, 3. The difference between this, I need something to identify it because I cannot call button. I need button rating 1, 2, 3 and button status 1, 2, 3.
Got it.
But the difference inside this, the 1, 2, 3 is no longer based on the content, right?
Right.
Right. So now we have a nice section here, right? That looks good. So the layout start to look good. So we have commercials, private. See, it changed, right?
Yep.
So it's just because, okay, let's be honest, we want to have some cool things, and when you use that when you want something to stand out. I'm using that construction here for yes, no, for active, inactive, or like this, like But if you have more than 4, it looks ugly. It doesn't look good. That toggle here.
Okay.
You need to stay on the 4, no more. Otherwise, it doesn't look good. So it's 409, 410. March.
Yes, I would like to grab some questions first. So
Yes, exactly.
okay. Let's do YouTube first. Can the button colors match the status in the master column?
Yeah, but we can do that. But there's 2 ways to do that. Okay. There's one way I don't like it. So I'll tell you which one. To put directly in the button a conditional formatting, right? So remember, we learned about this, how to transfer a conditional formatting here. So you do this and you transfer the conditional formatting. Okay. So you can do this, right? But here we need to point to the, we need to point to the, to the field, but because it's no longer self, I need to point to the, but let's say I have a conditional formatting on this. I put a, I don't know, a red color here, right? So you can do something like this, right? But if it's, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't look great. It doesn't, you can do something like this, which is even worse, right? So that's the cheap and dirty way, okay?
The buttons on my field look like that.
To do something like this, right? It's cheap and dirty, quick, cheap and dirty. I hate that type of work. Okay. It doesn't look good. Even if you do this, if you fix this, it doesn't look good. It's look, it's my opinion, because you have the blue border. It looks, it doesn't look right. Okay. So to me, the best way to do that is this. So let's remove that piece of junk. Okay. Okay, so here we have a problem because Ken is a conditional formatting addict. So we have a color for pretty much all the rainbow.
That's me.
That you.
Yep.
But let's say, you want to, you have 3, 4, not more, right? Okay. So that's what you do. You have another version of the same button, right? So you have a version of the same button. I know what you're going to tell me, but so you change. Let's say I want the red color. I want the red version of that, a button, right? So red here, and the bar red, right? So you need to have a red divider, right? And of course, now that you have this, you need to go to the active and say red, right? And the hover to say red. We can do this, but I prefer to do manually. So you have a version like this. So now I have a red version of it. Okay. So, but now it's not that complicated. Just what you need to do, right? This is a 1.1, 2.1, right? And 3.1. So now you just change the name of the object, because you cannot have two objects with the same name. So those will be private, the rating 1, and that will be the rating 1.1. And in the evaluation of the calculation, right, you said and 0.1, because the name will be the same, but you have 0.1 at the end. So now you have two versions of the same button. That works, right? One red, one blue. So now, if you want, let's say, what this one is, what is this?
It's the status combined.
Yeah. So if you have
so I think that one was a check. Yeah, I don't remember what that
check. Was. We have that's why we have this. Look. Show. Oh, I have the sample data. So it's check data.
Yeah.
So I said not a conditional formatting, but I say here check status pilot different because it's highly
combined. I think it's a combined one, but
here he said status pilot. Oh, it's okay. Let's use that one. Check data. Okay, so if it's different, if it's not, hide it, right? And this one, if it's different to valid, okay? By the way, we can do this. If it's different to valid and this is equal to valid, let's do a conditional formatting based on valid, invalid, right? So now you put that on top of each other. So this check data, it return valid, right? This, when it's good, what it says. Current?
Yeah, because the valid is, valid. There's not really a valid. It's not valid if something isn't right, but if it is right, then it moves up to like current or caution.
Okay. So let's put current, okay? So if it's current, so now it's red. because it's check data. But if I put current, here, it's so let's deactivate the auto entry. Just to make the point, right?
Yeah.
So the pilots, where am I? Pilot. Okay. So the status pilot. So let's deactivate this, auto entry just for now. Then I can enter whatever, So if it's not current, it's red. If it's current, why?
Are you on? I think you're on combined and you changed pilot. You took the auto enter off of pilot instead of combined.
Yeah, but I understand. Yeah. So status. Yeah, but I'm pointing on this one. So I want to change this one.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the one. Yes.
If I put current, it's blue. Not current is red. So that looks great. Correct? Takes more time, but at one point, I have 5 or 6 color ready. You know what I mean? I build them and I reuse them because I just taught you now, how to build something like this reusable. That's 100% reusable, because what you need to do, you change everything is on the 3 parameter here. Everything is on the value list. Just you have to change the value list name and that's it, right? And the specify here, the specify is based on you point to one field, then you put the prefix name and the rate and the name of the value list. That's it. You don't need to rebuild all. Understand? So you can copy paste. That's it. It's very convenient. Okay. So I like this way of doing these differences. On the conditional formatting doesn't work. It's not good. It doesn't look good, in my opinion. Now, you tell me.
Is there any speed difference between conditional formatting and the hide technique?
The conditional formatting, it's like having an uninstall calculation in your layout.
Okay.
It's evaluation. The evaluation of the conditional formatting is constant, permanent, like an uninstall calculation. The evaluation of hidden states happens when you have a validation.
Okay.
You need to do a validation in order to get the hidden state to happen. So it's not
in theory, the hidden state should be faster than
it's faster. It's faster, but you can screw up your layout as well, right?
Yeah.
With a calculation. Knowing something. Okay. Based on this. After that, we go. Do we have a lot of questions after that, Marge, or?
We have 3 others I want to hit.
Okay, so let's go to the question. I'm going to show that. Maybe tomorrow. I'm going to look. I'm going to put a note. Show the difference between conditional and our hidden states on groups. Right? Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, you get the values from a value list for the name of the button.
Yes. Because we can have calculated button names on button balls, where we cannot have this on the regular button. Regular button, you need to have a field if you want to do that. That's why I love button bars for that.
Cool. Thank you, David. And then next question is from Code to Go on Twitch. Nick, would it be better to have a separate label showing valid address in green or invalid address in red? The function of the button is then unchanged.
He was talking about
Valid-
the email stuff.
Yeah, but I want to show a deactivate version of it. So here we have two buttons because this one has a script and this one has none. This one is to show you, yes, we have the function of sending an email. We're not dumb, but you as a user, you dumb because you didn't put any email in the field. So I'm not, you know what I mean? So that's the purpose of this, right? Then we talk with Ken that we can, in the valid version of the button, we can have a green and a red, on the valid version, but the invalid version will still gray, right?
Yep.
Okay,
So,
hopefully that answers your question, Code to Go. And then last one, because it's a really quick one. Get value position is a custom function, question mark.
yeah, it's a custom function. I can just show you right quick how this works. You have it on FM starting point, the last one. So the get value position is this. So it's pretty much, I'm counting how many values I have from one position, right? So here you have the string you're searching for. Then you have the text where you want to search that string. Then here you see the position in the text of what you want to search. And you want from the start and the first occurrence you find. So let's say you have in your list, you have 5 times Nick. He will find the first, right? Okay. So when I found the first, the position will be, if I have Nick, Marge, Rick, Ken, and I want to look for Marge, it will say position 2, because this position will put myself here. It will return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? If I use that, this will return 5. Then I say, okay, I want a selection. Select all the characters left in the text by the number of characters that it returns. So I'm selecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And that's, I said, how many values I have in this? It will say 2. I have 2 values. Right? 2. So if I have 2 values, this is in 2 value position 2. That's it. It's very simple. Extremely, extremely simple. So tomorrow I put that under as a note for tomorrow. So we start with this because this is important to know. This is a great teaching. It's a great teaching to avoid the conditional formatting. You will see, you will learn that conditional formatting, I'm using that a few. I don't use that much. Very few. And most of the time, very simple. Like not empty or whatever. It's very, 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 very simple. So, Marge,
I think we are good.
We're good to land the boat? Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much, Nick.
Gonna land the balloon.
Yeah, land the balloon. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we will see you back here tomorrow, you guys. If I missed any questions, keep them and then shoot them at me tomorrow. I don't think I did, but just in case.
Thank you, everybody.
Nick. Thanks, Mark.
Thank
Have a
you.
good
See
day,
you
everyone.
tomorrow.
Yep. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!